Hey Star Sprites, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be filling a Valentine's Day themed sketchbook spread using the Arrtx or Arrtx acrylic paint markers in their 90 set. So I know this video is actually a little bit overdue considering it is now March, but I have good reason. I was actually contemplating not even posting this video even though I had already filmed and recorded the majority of it, just because I wasn't that happy with the finished results. But I figured I had spent so much time on it and I doubt I would regret posting it. But I could see myself regretting not posting it. So I decided to upload it even though I'm not entirely confident in it. Okay, so let me get you guys caught up on what I'm drawing. So since I haven't drawn in my sketchbook in a while, I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to do so. So I am currently drawing me and Mr. Stardust for Valentine's Day. I hadn't really been feeling really motivated to use my sketchbook. As you saw, there were other sketches in the sketchbook, but I haven't drawn for myself in a really long time. A lot of what I have been drawing has been for my business, and has been like future things that I want to make. So I really wanted to use this opportunity to draw something for me and not have to put so much pressure on myself to make it good. Granted, this was going to be posted to YouTube, so arguably it was for you guys, but I do think just kind of drawing something that isn't like an anime or a cartoon or something like that really kind of helped me be able to just be more confident in it, because it's not from anything, it's just me and Mr. Stardust. As I mentioned before, I am using the Arrtx acrylic paint markers. I don't want to make this a review video, but if you guys would like one, I would totally be down to make one. There are some things that I'm not that happy with, like with these markers, but they did the job for what I was doing, and I know I'm still learning personally with how to use acrylic paint markers, so I can't judge them too hard because I don't have a lot of experience with them. The only other thing I've drawn with or colored per se with these markers were I did a score bunny drawing when I first got these markers. I was very excited about them, but this is the first like full spread I've made using them. I definitely am planning to do a review video on the Guangna markers. I think that's how you pronounce it. My best friend gifted me the 168 set for Christmas, and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. The amount of colors and range of colors that set has is amazing, and I've already drawn a couple things with them, but yeah, I am definitely planning to make a video using those. So I ended up posting on my Instagram story a couple weeks ago asking for my followers to send me any questions that they have that I could answer for this video, just because I wasn't quite sure what I was going to yap about for 20 whole minutes. And you guys came through. I have a bunch of questions that I'm really excited to answer, just to have something to talk about, because I originally was going to make this just a draw with me video and it would just have music in the background and text on the screen, but I figured since I'm still really new to YouTube and I feel like I don't really post very much about myself personally on my Instagram, that this might be a good opportunity just for you guys to get to know me a little better. And I love answering questions, so I thought this would be pretty fun. So the first question I got was actually from someone that I met at AwesomeCon. They really liked my Miku products that I had, and they asked, what do you like to think about when you draw? So honestly, I don't really think I think when I draw. I think for the most part, I'm locked in and I'm just kind of focusing on the art and what I'm making and just making sure everything looks how I want it to, because I am a perfectionist when it comes to my art, so I'm really picky about things looking right and being how I want them to be and the colors showing up properly. So I don't really think I think very much. Also, a lot of the time when I draw, I'm usually watching anime or watching a YouTube video or listening to like a true crime podcast or something. So that also kind of helps me not have to think too much. So really, it's kind of like a nice way to just relax and kind of tune out because my brain isn't really thinking about anything. I can kind of just focus on this, and I don't know, it's just really relaxing. Like, does that make sense? Like, it's just therapeutic not really having to use my brain too much. Like, I'm using it in the sense of like focusing on my art and focusing on what I'm doing, but it's kind of like I get to tune out from the world and just kind of focus on what I'm putting on paper. The next question I received is actually from my good small business friend, Chubby Atelier. She asked, how are you liking Mobby so far? Favorite thing about it and thing you don't like? So a little bit of context to this question. So Chubby wasn't on Steam for a while. Like, I had her Steam account, I had friended her, but she hadn't been on Steam in a long time. And then out of nowhere, it seemed like she was on Steam all the time, and every time she was on, she was playing this game called Mabinogi. And I'd never heard of it, so I looked into it, and it looked fun, and it was free, so I downloaded it myself. And now I've been playing it like nonstop all the time, and it is so good and so fun. The best way I can describe it is like an anime cutesy version of Elder Scrolls. It is so cute and so fun, and yeah, so there's context. So far I'm really liking Mobby. It's a really fun game, and it's so easy to like get hooked and just want to stay on all the time, or want to get back on and like level up and everything. Everyone in the game is incredibly kind. Like, I've had to ask for help because I never play keyboard and mouse. I only just started, like, Mobby is the first game I've been playing keyboard and mouse on, and that's the only way you can play it. I can't use my controller on it. So there was a lot of things that were new to me that I needed help trying to do or figure out where to go. And all the players in game are just so kind, and one of Mobby's friends invited me to a guild, so like now I feel like it's really nice having like a little community that can help me and help answer questions and stuff. But yeah, loving Mobby. Favorite thing about it, I love how much there is to do in the game. Mobby is one of those games where I don't think you'll ever get on and not have something that you could be doing. Or start doing. So I do really, really love that because I don't think I'd ever get bored. There's always something I could be working on or trying to get or learn about in game. So that's really cool. Something I don't like about the game, arguably, I don't really think I have anything off the top of my head that I can think of. I do wish that there was controller support for it. I think that would just make it feel a lot more casual, and I could play it in my bed or downstairs because I'm playing it on the Ally, which leads me to my next thing I don't like about it is it doesn't run on Linux because of its anti-cheat. So I do wish that I could play it on my Steam Deck because I love my Steam Deck so much, but I've been playing on the Ally because the Ally runs on Windows, and that's been the best way I can play. So I just wish it had a little bit more versatility in what it runs on and its controller support. But aside from that, I love it, and arguably those aren't even like game issues, that's like how they decided to make the game. So yeah. The next question I received is how/when did you learn to draw? So I have been drawing since I was a baby, literally since I could hold a pencil, so it's a little hard to gauge when exactly I started drawing. But I can say that I started taking my art more seriously in high school, but I have just always drawn. I know that in middle school, I had started journaling, and I still journal now, so I have like a bunch of journals leading back to when I was in middle school. And even when I wasn't drawing professionally, quote unquote, like making canvas paintings or drawing for other people, I would still doodle and do drawings in my journal just for myself, or like drawing myself at my desk when I was in school and stuff like that. So it's just kind of something I've always done. Like, I've never not drawn. It's something that I honestly don't think I could ever picture myself not doing. It's just like a part of me. The next question I received is, how long have you been an artist, and have you ever thought about stopping/quitting? This question kind of ties into the one I just answered, but definitely never gonna stop. Even if I end up deciding like my small business isn't for me, or I don't want to really sell my art anymore, I still don't think I would ever just stop drawing in general. The next question I got is, what's your favorite medium to use? So this one's a little hard because over the years, my favorite medium has changed so much. There was a point in time where I was only drawing with watercolor paint. If I can find pictures, I'll put them up on the screen. And then there was a point in time where I was only using acrylic paint. And recently I've tried gouache, and I've also been using the acrylic paint markers. Right now, I would probably say, aside from paper and pencil, that my favorite medium is probably acrylic paint markers. I just think it's an amazing way to use color in your sketchbook, and while also not ruining the paper or needing like extra heavy paper to handle that medium. Like I was using alcohol-based markers too at one point, and although I love those, they bleed through the page so much. So either I have to expect to not really do a large illustration or like an illustration I care about on the opposite page, like the opposite side, or I just like deal with it. So it's really nice being able to have such opaque color on the page without it bleeding through, and it just being so much cleaner and neater and dries a lot faster than actual acrylic paint. So probably acrylic paint markers. So the next question I received is, what motivates you? And I think this is a really good question because I definitely think it's more than one thing that motivates me, but I think the biggest thing is probably just my natural artistic drive, like wanting to draw and wanting to be better at what I'm doing, is always something that kind of motivates me. And I think having my small business motivates me now. Like I'm definitely drawing a lot more now than I used to, because there was a period of time where I wasn't really drawing very much. I'd still draw and like doodle, but nothing like what I'm doing now. So definitely having my small business and having the audience that I have and the supporters that I have has made me a lot more motivated to do better and continue to make art and continue to make new things. And I think anime and video games and Pokemon obviously all have had an impact on me and what I like to draw and how I draw. So definitely those things as well. But yeah, I just think you guys and my drive to draw and the things that I like anime, has definitely motivated me. So the next question I received is, what's your favorite anime to draw characters from? So I actually just took a few minutes and went back through my old sketchbooks and my iPad to see what characters I was drawing a lot of, just because I couldn't remember because I draw a lot of characters. But after gathering all the information, I have decided that it is Demon Slayer. I have a list and we're going to talk about each one, but Demon Slayer is one of them. Even though she's not from an anime, I'm going to say Hatsune Miku just because she's really fun to draw and I just love her character design. I'm also going to say Dandadan, Pokemon, and Studio Ghibli. So I think the reason I really like drawing Demon Slayer is because of the way they decided to design the characters. And I think as an artist, I really appreciate those things, like the line art is thicker in some areas and the color palettes for different characters are really cool. And I feel like you don't really see a lot of ombre in anime, but a lot of the characters have ombre in their character designs, like Zenitsu's kimono is orange fading to yellow, and then like Muichiro, his hair being like two-toned, and then Mitsuri having her hair two-toned as well. Like it's just really cool and the characters are just really fun, and I love how they're all so different from each other, and I think that makes them a lot of fun to draw. As for Miku, I just really love how cutesy she always looks, and I think personally drawing hair is like my favorite element of a character to add. And I just love how long her pigtails are, so they're always so much fun to draw. Next, to add to the list, I definitely think I enjoy drawing characters from Dandadan. I love Okarun and Momo, and I just think they're so fun to draw, like knowing their personalities and everything. I actually have the 2 sketches that I wanted to use the guano markers on, so I haven't colored them yet because I wanted to use those. And I did 2 turbo granny doodles that I put up at work on our work computers. But yeah, I love them so much. For Pokemon, I think it goes without saying that the character designs for them are so diverse and just so fun. So naturally, I really enjoy drawing them because if I ever am kind of stuck or have art block, I'll typically end up drawing a Pokemon just because they have so many different shapes and different sizes, and it's just a really easy way to kind of draw something if I don't exactly know what I want to draw. But yeah, they're also just really cute, so. For the last one, I think I love drawing Studio Ghibli so much because it's just so relaxing every time I sit down and work on it. I just think the art style is so unique, and there being so much nature and foliage in Hayao Miyazaki's work makes it so just like naturally calming to work on. So yeah, I love his art style so much. For my final question, I received, do you have any goals for your business currently? So I feel like I always have goals for my business because there's so much that I want to do, and it's just, I feel like there's not enough time to do it all, so it's really hard trying to pace myself and stick to one project at a time. But currently I'm working on a JJK t-shirt design that I made. I've already had them produced and everything, so I have a physical copy, but I'm just kind of still trying to figure out a couple of the kinks with like the tag on the t-shirt and just making sure I have everything set to do pre-orders on those. Another project that I'm currently working on that I really do want to start like continuing working on because I took a long break from it is a Studio Ghibli stationery launch that I really want to do. I have all of like the rough drafts and everything drawn up for like washi tape, sticky notes, journals and stuff like that, but I need to like actually finalize those drawings and get them drawn so I can actually produce them. My last 2 goals currently are to attend more conventions this year and to just post on social media a little bit more. I'm really excited because I have 5 events that I'm going to be applying to this year. Some are conventions and some are just local events that I've attended in the past, but I just love the environment and the atmosphere, going to events and conventions and meeting new people and getting to bond with people over anime and my art, and also meeting other artists as well. So I'm really hoping I get accepted to at least one event that I've applied for, and at least one convention as well, just because they're so fun. And I definitely know that I need to do better at posting on social media. It's just hard because I feel like after high school I kind of fell out of like posting all the time and sharing what I'm up to and what I'm doing, so it's more of like a chore to have to remind myself, like, make sure you're posting or share this drawing on social media, or you know, like posting something to engage with you guys and see what you guys are up to. I definitely think I've gotten a little bit better at it, but I think it's kind of just a lot trying to balance everything, like making actual posts and then posting on my story and then making YouTube videos now. But it's definitely fun. I like taking aesthetic photos of like my art and my sketchbook and like the things on my desk, so that's made it a little bit more fun and enjoyable. But I definitely know that I could be posting more, especially on like TikTok and stuff. I never post there, so that's definitely something that I want to work on and improve on, because I know in turn that will help my business and help more people see like my work and what I'm doing. So since we are nearing the end of the video and I am all out of questions, I figured I would just use this opportunity to talk about the last final steps that I'm doing for this spread. So I'm just going around all of my art and doing a background. I usually don't ever add backgrounds to my traditional illustrations, so this was pretty fun, just kind of outlining everything, and I wanted to add more of a Valentine's Day vibe to it, so I thought lots of pinks and oranges and just like pretty colors would look really good. to feel more like, I guess, like lovey-dovey and cutesy. But yeah, I think closer to the end, this spread has started to grow on me a little bit more. Off camera, I did end up adding some stickers and a little bit of washi tape just to kind of make it pop a little bit more and give it, like, have more going on than it just being so flat. So I think that added to it, and then I also went over a lot of like the eye highlights, I guess is what it's called, and I used a better white pen that I had to do that, as well as adding some highlights to the hair, and I think that helped make everything just pop a little bit more. So this is the finished result. I know that I had mentioned before that I wasn't the happiest with it, but I think after adding some extra detailing like the stickers and like the washi tape and extra highlights, I think it really started to come together. And I definitely think I'm a lot happier with how it looks now. But I really love how bright and vibrant everything is, and I really do think that the highlights just kind of added and made everything pop a little bit more. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really appreciate you if you stayed to the very end and listened to me yap all this time. The next video I'm planning on uploading will be my 23rd birthday vlog, because I did record a lot of what I did to celebrate for that, so please expect that hopefully sometime very soon, maybe within the next week. I'm still finishing editing it a little bit, but yeah, thank you so much for coming along, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Bye!